Hi everyone, Tim Knight here, and I'm going to be darn sure this video is not more than 10 minutes. I appreciate those who wrote me said they would host the video for me in the future. I was too embarrassed to admit this last night, but you may find this not very surprising, but I'm sort of a hung-up anal sort, and once I submitted the video to YouTube, while it was processing, I decided to delete the files from my hard drive, because I'm just, pathetic that way. And then it told me, after all this processing, nope, too big, sorry, not going to do it, and the files were gone already. So that's why I couldn't take anybody up on their kind offers, so sorry about that. Doji Girl just sent me this picture. I think it's cute and very fitting, given how I feel about this this intrepid bear who has found himself in a pool and is boldly climbing out again to victory. So, yay, bear. It is sort of funny that on a day where the Dow fell 0.08%, it feels like we should be having a party. I actually had quite a good day, which is pretty cool considering how modestly the market did diminish. But I guess we've all been beaten up so badly that anything that's not a loss feels like a big deal. I wanted to cover three things, actually four, again, in this space shorter than 10 minutes. First of all, something really rotten happened to me last night, and this has to do with the E-mini. And I think that in spite of the fact that a year ago and around then I had a ball trading the E-mini in the night session, an experience I had last night sort of convinced me that I'm just not going to bother anymore. Let me show you what I mean. So here is, I did that already. Let me zoom in on the past couple of days here. Here is the E-mini from last night. I'm just going to zoom in here. And around here, this kind of flat zone, I had entered a short position on the ES. And at first, I set my stop really tight at 1065. But because I'm a little bit leery of these sessions, I decided to make it a lot looser, and then I was working at the time, so I was going to make it really, really loose and then focus on it later to set a more scientific stop. So I just put 1070 as my stop. And I was working away, and out of the clear blue sky, this happened. Just kind of ticking along here, and then it shot up 6 points in a second and fell right back down again. This whole zone right here, I guess, is just other traders taking advantage of the very thin volume. Suffice it to say, and wouldn't you know it, that my stop was at contingent above 1069.75, and it went to 1070 for just a millisecond, and that was all it took, and I got taken out of my position at a nice fat loss, and that stunk. So, there isn't anything that funny about this, because to me it's sort of like if you enjoy going to a particular neighborhood where they have really cool bars and good music and you see friends there, and then one night you get mugged and beat up badly, no matter how good the bars are, you're not going to go back. That's how I feel about the night session on the ES right now, because this is just, well, I won't use any rough language here, but it's just nonsense that something like that could be allowed to happen so easily. So I'm off to ES bandwagon at nighttime. That's just ridiculous. I'm not going to do it again. I just felt really robbed. And that's it. That's all there is to the story. So I don't recommend it. I suggest you stay away. If you want to, that's fine, but it's a very rough neighborhood, and I'm just not going to bother. Daytime's fine, but no way at night. All right, let's move on to some happier topics. I earlier today, in spite of kind of getting my bullish suit back on again, it's a very itchy suit, and I don't like to wear it for very long. And I got rid of all my longs, just about all of them at a profit, not huge profits, but profits nonetheless, earlier today, because I just felt that I was playing with fire. A lot of these positions have come a long way, and I just am nervous about squeezing the last few pennies out of this rally. So I got rid of all my longs, with the exception of like two or three that I still have. Those I've shown before. You've got like CMZ. DZZ is a long, but it's an ultra short long, so it's not the same thing. Tomo, I've still got, and that's it. I've got two longs, so in my whole universe of positions, I have two, count them, two longs. But that's it. As far as shorts go, I've got a ton of them, and these, I just love these charts. I just love these patterns. In a little bit more of a normal market, these would be just heartbreakingly beautiful. In spite of their beauty, nothing can be trusted right now, and everything that makes sense sort of has been getting tossed out the window. So I don't bank my life on these things doing as I think they're going to do, but if there's any semblance of a normal market at hand, then these are dynamite patterns. Just love them. Now, the UNG, the natural gas thing, I've been talking a lot about. I've been a bit obsessed with it because I've been doing really well with it. If we look here at like a 120-day minute bar graph, we can see just how cleanly this thing has been going. I saw someone remark today that SRS, the ultra short real estate, might act like this, e.g. SRS is probably around here right now. I'm inclined to agree. That's actually why I bought a bunch today. But after all these months, as you probably know, I got out at a nice profit, but nothing huge at all. It's just a day trading profit on the SRS. But I think it's completely feasible that the SRS could have a UNG type resurgence and climb 20 or 30% in a very short order. So I rode this on the long side and the short side here. And earlier today I went short this, and the stop is, kind of duh. It's 12.01 on this, a nice obvious technical stop. But I'm feeling pretty good about this. As far as how long I'd hold on to it, that's really tough to say. Certainly down into the tens, 10.5 maybe. But if it really is just kicking lower, I'll just keep ratcheting the stop down. Lastly, as I nervously watch the time, GLD. Now, GLD gold has been getting a lot of attention because of this so-called inverted head and shoulders pattern. Let me just say this. I don't get excited about inverted head and shoulders patterns that are at the top of a chart. I think they're super when they're at the bottom. That's terrific. That's a wonderful basing pattern. But at the top, it's just not right. By way of example, let me flip this chart upside down. Now, if this were what a given chart looked like, I would not be pounding trash cans and screaming about how everyone should short this. I would not be saying, look at the head and shoulder top. This isn't a top. It's at the bottom of a chart. This pattern doesn't have that much meaning except for the fact that it might be making a double or a triple bottom. So I hope that clarifies this. So this is the regular chart, this is the upside down chart, and just as I would not go long this, except for day trades here and there, which I've been doing, I would likewise not short this. I don't know what else to say. I hope that clarifies it. So, surprise, this is my biggest short position. I tend to switch horses on gold a lot. Sometimes I'm long, sometimes I'm short. As with UNG, it's been pretty good to me lately. It crossed above the psychologically important $100 level today, and that's just where I shorted it. And so, a bit of a profit here already. Naturally, if this thing does bust above 100.44, I'll be out of there in a shot. I think that there's more import to the fact that it's breaking new highs than any so-called pattern. But there you have it. All right, 9 minutes, 34 seconds. As I'm watching now, I'm going to give you my farewell, and I will see you on Friday tomorrow.